1, 2. Yep.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So students, on Fridays, we have a little competition where we see what class wears the most spirit wear. And that can be a Calvin Smith shirt or hoodie, something that says Calvin Smith, or if you wear our school colors. So if you don't have a Calvin Smith shirt, that's totally fine. Our school colors are blue and yellow. Just want to remind you that on Fridays, we have spirit wear, and it's a competition as to who gets to have this special hawk in their classroom.
November 11th is Veterans Day. Americans honor veterans, people who have served or currently serve in the U.S. military. What makes November 11th special? On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, the battles of World War I ended. The Allied countries and Germany called a truce, also known as an armistice, and November 11th became known as Armistice Day. The following year, President Woodrow Wilson asked Americans to mark the anniversary of Armistice Day with a moment of silence in gratitude to the soldiers who had fought for peace. Americans did that and more. They held parades and other gatherings all across the country to publicly thank the World War I veterans. In 1954, Congress changed the holiday's name from Armistice Day to Veterans Day to recognize all soldiers who serve in war or peace. Today, there are more than 23 million veterans in the United States. Do you know any veterans? How do you thank them?
Did you know, students, that tomorrow is Veterans Day, a special day in America where we honor those that serve or have served our countries, and we have some very special guests and performances that are going to happen. So, one way that we want to encourage us to show respect for veterans tomorrow is in how we dress. I'm going to dress extra fancy. I normally don't wear a tie, but I'm going to wear a tie tomorrow for all the veterans that come, that let them know that I was thinking about them, and I want to look my best in a way to show them respect and reverence for their service and sacrifice. If you would like to dress up maybe a little fancier than you normally would, I think that'd be a really cool thing. Or if you want to wear patriotic colors. But regardless of how you dress, we want to make sure that we act very respectfully during tomorrow's assembly. There will be times when we're supposed to be quiet. There will be times when we're supposed to clap for those that have served our country. So just make sure that you are showing respect throughout our assembly, and it'll be a great event. Students, we are having so much fun at recess with each other, but I want to remind us of some rules that will help us stay safe. If you're playing any game that involves tackling or throwing people to the ground, we need to not play those games anymore. And even if there's games where there's any pushing, I actually think instead of a two-hand touch football, for example, or a tag that involves pushing, we can change that to be like a two-finger touch to make sure that we're not having any risk of injuring anybody. A very important thing is if you're playing football or soccer, we are not going to play those on the pavement or the cement. Instead, if you're playing football or soccer, we need to make sure you play that on the field, because if anyone fell, we do not want them hitting their head on the cement. Okay, something else. With our playground equipment, we cannot jump off of a slide, or we don't want you to launch off the swings. Again, the main purpose is we want to have fun, but we want to make sure everyone is safe. Last couple things, especially for those big kids playing on the big kid playground, we cannot have you going in between the relocatable buildings. That's not safe, and we can't supervise you. And then for all grade levels, if we can't have you giving each other piggyback rides, because we've seen some kids fall down and get hurt. So those feel like a lot of rules. Our intent is to not keep you from having fun. We want everyone to have fun, but there's some rules that we need to follow to make sure we're safe. Students, I am so proud of each and every one of you. You are kind to each other, and I wanted to launch a challenge, a monthly kindness challenge that I'll explain right now. Your teacher is going to give you a bingo card that looks like this. November's bingo card is yellow, and you'll notice in each square there's a different kindness challenge. And if you, after receiving this sometime in the month of November, if you fill out a row or a column with these kindness challenges, then you can let your teacher know, and they will give you a leaf. On this leaf, I want you to write your name and the favorite act of kindness that you did. And you can bring that into lunch. In the lunchroom, we will have a new tree, and once I receive all these leaves, I will tape them up to the tree, and we're going to fill that. It'll be our kindness tree. And it's going to be neat to see all the acts of kindness and what your favorite act of kindness was. And we're going to do this each month. We're going to take down the leaves at the end of November, and then we're going to do something different for December and January. We're going to keep putting things up on this kindness tree all year. Now, if you want to do more than one kindness challenge this month, then you can get what's called a blackout. That means you do every challenge on the board. Then if you do that, your teacher will give you an additional leaf, so a total of 2, and then you could give those to me in the lunchroom, and we'll put both of those up for you. So I wanted to launch this challenge. I'm really excited about it, to see visually all of the neat acts of kindness that you're doing. And so your teachers will give you those bingo cards probably today, maybe tomorrow. Then you can get started. Thanks, Skyhawks.
I feel like new sunglasses, like a brand new pair of jeans. I feel like taking chances. I feel a lot like 17. I feel like windows roll down new city streets and cabs. I feel like anything can happen, laughing. You take me right back when we were kids. Never thought I'd feel like this. Like when I close my